This is what you start with: satinite, cement, and a little bit of water. You start by applying it to one side, keeping it relatively thick, and then apply it to the other side. It will be really dry and pasty, kind of sticky like peanut butter. It should not be wet. Once it's all pasted on, I just go through and pinch off sections with my fingers, forefinger on one side, thumb on the other. I try to do it evenly, so they're evenly spaced. Now I'll come back and kind of just pinch and grab whatever is left over under here. Give it a little more smooth appearance. Do the same thing on the other side. I'm dipping my hands in the water so I can help keep the blade where it's going to be quenched wet. Then I come back and just run my finger in these little pockets here to clean out any remaining satinite. So I don't want any of that left on the blade where it's going to be cutting at all. I'll do that for both sides. As a last measure, just with a wet finger, I'll just real gently rub over top of the satinite, just really softly, to smooth this out and take care of any areas where there might be cracks. Here you can see the finished blade, and as a last measure, I go ahead and cover the top with clay as well, and that helps to keep the clay from cracking and peeling away from the blade while it's in the oven. Here's a picture of it after it's been in the oven for a little bit. You can kind of see the orange hangs out on the blade for a little while. Almost had an oopsie there. That's the beauty of the clay. Alright, I'm getting ready to quench this. It's been in the oven. It has been pulled out a couple times and set out here to cool, to normalize, and go back in. It's at 1475. What I'm going to do is pull it out, stick it right down in this tube of preheated oil, and might have a little flame, a little smoke, and agitate it until that smoke goes down. Check the hardness, and hopefully we'll have a nice hardened blade. Here we go. This is really good quenching. It doesn't flame up too much unless you leave some of the knife sticking out. Then it will certainly catch on fire. There's the quenched blade. I go straight down like that, minimizes the warping. You have to agitate it so that you get a clean quench on both sides. You can see the clay sticks on there, stays on there pretty good. And check the hardness. Here the file skates right off it. Nicely quenched blade. There you go. Then this will just knock off with the file. Just like that. Alright, here we go. The cleaned up blade. Basically just rubbed it out with some soap. And some of the scales come off back here on the tang where it was exposed. But you can clearly see the line that was left over from quenching that. This is just on the surface, of course, but when we sand that out really smooth up to 600 grit, it'll really pop out.